being vocal and helping coach from the bench. Tip and ready to roll. The visitors get the tip today in Washington State. They'll have first opportunity against these Buffs. You mentioned it earlier, Ariana. These two teams played each other tight in Pullman.
Yeah, and Coach Etheridge made a great point before the game. She said, look, I'm happy with everything my team did last time we saw the Buffs. They just played 39 out of 40 minutes and lost Frida Foreman there at the end, and she was able to knock down some easy buckets. So as long as they can play a full 40 minutes, she's happy with her team and happy with this matchup today.
Villa with the bucket on the other end, then a miss for Jalen Sherrod. Again, shooting with that mask. We saw her put the mask on in the middle of the game. She did not come into the contest in the fourth quarter on Thursday with it on, though. They're very uncomfortable. We asked her before the game how she's feeling. She said she's seen better days, right? After you break your nose and you got to adjust all of a sudden, but she's a gamer. She'll figure it out.
She's also sporting 2 black eyes, and she was like, this isn't really the look I wanted for senior night, but she's going to get the job done, and she's just such a tough player. I mean, way to push through. And you can tell she's beat up, but she's going to give it her all today.
She also set a school record, 128th start in her career. That's the most ever in CU women's basketball history. Tuhina coming off the pick, but it's Sherrod that grabs the steal and the lay-in. No mask, no problem. Or with the mask, no problem, I should say. Sherrod ties it up at 2 apiece.
And that's just what she's so good at, is playing that defense. Almost got another steal there, but Ella was able to finish that basket. But just such a great defender.
Villa with all the points for Wazoo so far. Knocked out of bounds, and it last touch, Murekatete.
Look at her staying active. Most guards would just stand there on the perimeter, but not Sherrod, and able to finish with the easy lay-in on the other side. Such a competitor. Works so hard.
Quay Miller at the high post. Passes it off to Frida Foreman. Frida was really big in the win against Washington State at their place. Knocked down 3 threes in a row, and Ernette Van Ley lays it in underneath. That's huge. Get her game going early.
Such great body control, and again, she doesn't bring the ball down. That's why she was able to get that shot. She keeps it up high where none of the defenders can reach it.
Great feed to Villa, and then off the bounce, she has 6. Calling for Ernette Van Ley in the high post, and Nolan cutting all the way through, but Van Ley's going to take it herself on the spin move. Maddie Nolan tried to keep possession once again, but knocks it right into the hands of Villa. Villa driving in over Sherrod, and she draws the foul. Looks like they called it on Van Ley, so it'll be Ernette Van Ley, not Jalen Sherrod, with the foul. And Eleonora Villa will have a chance to continue all the scoring for the Cougars. She's had such an impressive freshman season.
You know, the type of competitor that I was in college, it's kind of fun playing a team on senior night, because as cruel as it may sound, like you want to give it your all and you know, you want to win on the road always, but why not on their senior night just to make a statement?
Nolan missing her first 3-point attempt, and that ball out of bounds going to stay. They really didn't have a great fourth quarter against Washington. They led by as many as 15 and ended up winning by single digits. Shot clock down to 5. Miller, she'll have it and gets it stripped away by Covill.
Yeah, and this is just something that you're not used to seeing from the Buffs, is that hesitation on offense.
Yeah, that fourth quarter, they were 1 for 10 shooting from the field, and they had just come off a UCLA game on Monday night where they started the game 0 for 9, ended 0 for 10. As the shot clock expires, that ball bounces out, so Maddie Nolan 0 for 2 tonight, or today I should say, from 3-point range. Saw Jenna Villa check in the game, and Tara Wallack out for Wazoo. Off the screen, Eleonora Villa back to Covill, and she connects.
You know, usually Buffs have the size advantage, but the Cougars have 7 players on their roster that measure over 6 feet tall, so they'll have to find a way to get a hand up on every single possession, because they can just shoot right over you, like we just saw.
What a missing the layup, and Villa will bring the ball up for Washington State. She drives all the way to the bucket. Can't get the roll on that end. So push it. See what they do in transition here. Wet out a wide open lane. Waited till the last second to dump it off to Van Ley, and she muscles it in. Cougars passing it around. Trying to get the right shot. Tuhina That block, she tried to dish it off to Murekatete and out of bounds.
They never take a possession off. Sadler able to just get a block or a chip away there as soon as she caught the ball.
Second turnover for Wazoo, and on the other end, Charlotte Whitaker gets fouled, so we'll see if that'll turn into points from that turnover. Lefty at the line, knocking down her first free throw. Grad senior from New Zealand will be honored after the game today. Saw some cool moments earlier this year where her mom came to town, surprised her. I mean, you saw your mom this weekend. That's special enough, but her mom had to.
I know. What a surprise. Way to keep a secret. Everyone was able to hold their water and pull that off. But yeah, it was great to see Mama Bear for me this week.
Inside to Beyonce Bea. The Idaho transfer with a nice roll in. And some other players involved. We saw Villa do all the early scoring. She leads the Cougars with 8.
I was just going to ask where Jalen Sherrod was. Usually she doesn't get this much rest in the first quarter of a ball game, but checking back in soon.
Sarah Smith can't get the finish, but that was pretty impressive how she hung on to the ball as Murekatete was going for it, just muscled right around. She's missing at the rim. Villa to Murekatete, one dribble and nice lay-in.
The Cougars are just attacking the Buffs on every single possession, whether it's their post player or their guards. They're heading to the rim, and I love that game plan. Either get them in foul trouble or finish.
Nice feed from Charlotte Whitaker to Kendall Wetta. 4 points. Washington State's bench with 2. Jumper no good from Tuhina, and must have pushed the ball up. 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. Must have made just 2 of their last 10 field goals. Can they get a Frida Foreman 3? Yes, they can.
I'm so impressed with her ability to knock it down. Her shot is just so pretty.
J.R. Payne has a line change ready to come in, and everyone at the scores table just jumped up on that 3. Sadler contesting that shot, and Villa missing. A rare miss for Villa. Buffs trail by 1, feeding in to Whitaker, and they'll call it on the floor. Sherrod back in the game, as is Quay Miller, Aaronette Vonleh. Getting some fresh bodies in, Maddie Nolan as well. Foreman stayed in, and keep her shooting. 5 points for Foreman, and the Buffs take the lead here, 15-14. Villa dribbling at Sherrod, and that's going to be an offensive foul. It's going to go on Jenna Villa.
Jalen Sherrod takes so much pride in defense. She gets so hype and excited when she gets a turnover, and I love to see that from any player.
Foreman missing long on the 3-point attempt. Villa dribbling up top. Passes it off to Gardner. Kira Gardner. And she draws a foul. Sherrod. Kira Gardner at the line. Gardner was the 2021-22 Gatorade Washington Girls Basketball Player of the Year. Getting some minutes here in the first quarter for Camry Etheridge. Wazoo back on top, 16-15. 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Wetta backs it out. Get that right shot. Shooting 38% here in the quarter. Sherrod drives in, out to Quay Miller, but they're going to call it double dribble.
That was a double. Again, the Buffs just look a little bit more hesitant than they normally do.
Seen Villa score in a while. She was early and often in the quarter for 8 total points. In fact, no field goals for Wazoo. It was the last 3 minutes. Gardner has the ball. She'll throw it up. No go at the buzzer. Quay Miller comes down with a board. So a lot at stake here, and we'll be scoreboard watching coming up at halftime to keep you posted on what's going on in the other action.
With anything able to happen in the Pac-12 tournament and every team really able to beat anybody, that bye would be nice.
Sherrod just taking it straight to the hoop. Tuhina dribbling around on the perimeter. They get it inside to Jessica Clark, and Murekatete up and over the rim.
Yeah, she's got to be beating herself up on that one because such an easy or at least wide open layup, I thought.
Sherrod at the line again, past 1,400 points and made a program record 128th start.
Whatever she ends up doing, going on to the next level, I think she's going to be a great player.
Jalen Sherrod also named team MVP as J.R. Payne and the Buffs had their awards ceremony last night over dinner. Drive to the hoop and a nice bucket for Tuhina. Her first points. Sherrod getting fouled once again. I think the game plan is just take it to the hoop as long as you feel comfortable.
You cannot take any breaks on defense when you're guarding the Buffs because by the time you open your eyes and look up, they're already on the other end of the floor.
She also has a laundry list of accolades. Top 10 finalists for the Nancy Lieberman Award that was announced at the end of January. Murekatete is going to go with 8 on the shot clock. She does make one more pass. Villa with the jumper, and that's long. Scoring drought at 3 minutes for Wazoo. Bucks also have a scoring drought going on. They have not made a field goal in their last 6 attempts.
And it's not like the Cougars are getting bad looks at the basket.
One more pass, and this time McLeod finishes.
What great ball movement from the Buffs there. I thought Kendaweta had a wide open layup, but she said, nope, I see an extra pass there. My post player is wide open. Let me let her get some. But again, the Cougars are getting great looks at the basket. They're just unable to finish.
Great passing and for the Buffs. And on the other end, losing the ball, but getting it back into B. Can't get it onto the glass at all. That got tipped. 22-18, Buffs up by 4 here, under 5 in the second quarter. Foreman pulls up for the J, got it.
So pretty mid-range. She just gets such a high release on her shots. Absolutely, and Tara has 0 points, and she was so big. We profiled her before the game in their last win over Utah, so just got to get some players going and help them find their rhythm offensively.
Tuhina will be one of those. She loves some buckets from, had some space there over McLeod, but decides to pass to Wallack. That ball got tipped by Foreman and in the hands of the fastest player on the court, and Jalen Sherrod. She gets fouled.
Initiates that contact, so the refs have no choice but to make a foul call.
We will talk to her after that game against Washington, and she looked like she was in a lot of pain. I wasn't sure how she would be able to respond because you didn't know if it was going to be mask, no mask. Clearly she ripped it off, but from a mental standpoint, I don't think it's affecting her at all.
It's absolutely incredible, and again, started the game with that mask and was like, nope, I'm not feeling this, and took it off and has been getting all her points in the paint this first half, so she is not scared at all and not fazed by the 2 black eyes and the broken nose.
Murekatete keeping the ball with the Cougars. They'll have an opportunity here. Wallack to the rim with 7 seconds on the shot clock, draws a foul. And there is her first point of the day. The Buffs still lead by 7. 3:55 to go to the half. And another roll. So 2 points for Wallack. Foreman dribbles the ball up. She'll have 1 more year of eligibility here in Boulder. It's music to all the fans' ears. They want to see Thrida keep it rolling. Sherrod goes hard, and Villa picking up a foul.
They have to cut her off early before she gets to her sweet spots, before she gets into the lane, because that's exactly what Jalen Sherrod wants. She's not afraid of the contact.
Living at the line today. She is plenty of free throws. Now 6 for 7. Make it 7 of 8.
Leading scorer for the Buffs. Doing it all. Her last conference game at home for the Buffaloes.
First on the floor in double figures with 11. 8-point lead for CU. Sherrod on Wallack. She got bumped down by Murekatete's screen and a bucket. Finally a field goal for Wallack. She had the 2 free throws, but first field goal of the day, and that kills a drought. Just one of the last 9. Sarah Rose Smith has a wide open Frida Foreman as Wallack ended up on the ground, missing the 3-ball.
Wallack looking a little bit tired there. Took her a long time to get up, or maybe she just got hit hard, but
what a move from Murekatete. Cougars hanging in there now. Cut the Buffs lead to 4. Close to the 2-minute mark until halftime. Brandon McLeod with a dribble to Foreman. Sets the screen with her back. Now she posts up underneath. Ball stays on the perimeter. Foreman! Got it! Woo-wee! Theresa is alive. 10 points now. Jenna Villa also in the game.
1 minute.
B into the paint. Back to the perimeter. Villa inside. And how about Covill with a nice hook? And the Buffs have a 31-26 lead over the Cougars. It's been back and forth in the second quarter belonging to the Buffs, and they'll take it down to the wire. On the hands of Jalen Sherrod. She got stuffed there by Covill. And that's all she wrote for one half of basketball here in Boulder. Ready for third quarter action, and it will be Wazoo taking the ball to start the third quarter. They trail by 5. Again, looking to find some offense. It's gone stagnant at times.
Yeah, and I think she made a great point, Coach Etheridge. You have size, so Washington State needs to try to score in the paint a little bit more.
There's that size. Beyonce Bea throws it up. Ball got knocked out, and Frida Foreman gets the look. That's short off the rim, and Sherrod got knocked down by Bea, who grabbed the board. Villa trying to become the post player if they can't get that presence. She's trying to get anything inside. There's that extra of Sherrod, and she got hit there. That could have been a scary situation.
Washington State, if I'm the Cougars, I have to identify her early and stop her as soon as she crosses half court every single time.
Sherrod picking up another free throw. That's 8 of her points on the day from the charity stripe. She has 12 in total, and Murekatete got in the lane, but it won't matter because Sherrod knocks it down with a big smile. 13 points for her, and she now has tied the most made free throws in her career in a season. 104 made. Villa inside. Let's see if that post presence can get going. Murekatete, she leaves it short over Aaronette Vonleh. Sherrod with a dish to Nolan. She can't handle the pass, but gathers it and still knocks down the 3. Maddie Nolan picks up here in the second half where she left off the game on Thursday.
That's a scary sight to see if you are Cougar fans. Maddie Nolan getting hot. She had those 20 points on Thursday, 6 of 7 from deep.
A 3 connection for Tuhina. That cuts the Buffs lead back down. She loses the ball off her leg. She'll gather it back. Nolan's feed too far over Aaronette Vonleh. Hey, Nolan staying with it. Tuhina collects though, and the Cougars will push. Murekatete underneath. Aaronette Vonleh is wide open, and she makes it count.
Murekatete looking at coach calling for a sub, so I don't know if she's just too winded early in the second half and just needs a break, but Vonleh absolutely should not be outrunning everyone on the court and getting just a wide open layup in a game like this that matters so much.
Villa to her left, ball got knocked around off the pass, and Sherrod, can she catch up to it? She certainly does. And then that's going to go ahead and cause a turnover. She can run, and she can outrun sometimes. Eleonora Villa leads the team with 8 points. All those coming back in the first quarter. Tuhina to her left, passing to the corner. Wallack for 3. Big time bucket needed. And Cougars got a hand again on Aaronette Vonleh's chip shot, but a bucket nevertheless. 8 points now for Vonleh. It's one thing to have length like Cougars does at 6'6", but she has some muscle to go with it. She's been really working out in the weight room. Saw that in that block. B underneath. Beyonce Bea has 4 points. Once again, Cougars getting in there, and Eleonora Villa had nowhere to go. Wallack to the corner, and how about it? Villa, she now has double figures with 11.
It was like 4 on 3 there in that possession, and they were just able to make the most out of it with Villa hitting that wide open three-pointer. It's only a 1-point game now, Jenny.
Tamia Sadler needles it through the defense. Quay Miller hands it off, and Vonleh has 10. Wallack will dribble in the paint, found some space and got a J. 9 points for Wallack. She didn't have any in the first quarter. Starting to build him up. Sadler goes strong to the rim. Out to the perimeter for the Buffs.
Everyone in the starting 5 out for the Buffs except for Maddie Nolan. So they're getting much needed rest.
Murekatete stuffed to Sadler. Beyonce Bea bringing it up. Just a 1-point CU advantage. Tuhina dribbles in, ran out of space. Back up to Bea. It's getting loud at the CU Event Center. Bea pulls up for the jumper, and it rattles in. Cougars take the lead.
Absolutely, and she's one of those guards that has that size advantage
Huge
as well.
Turnover caused by the Cougars defense. Tuhina dribbling up top. Murekatete found a cutting Bea, and that cannot roll, but an offensive board and put back. 8 points for Beyonce Bea and a timeout called by J.R. Payne.
7 of their players are over 6 foot, so that advantage that Colorado usually has inside the paint, where they're just taller and stronger, they don't really have that against the Cougars. One
of those players very experienced in the graduate transfer, Beyonce Bea. She's turned it on, scored a couple buckets. It's a 6-0 run right now for the Cougars. Jalen Sherrod trying to muscle it over another lengthy center, and Murekatete can't get it to go, but points arise from Eleonora Villa.
Vonleh is so important. I think she already has 6 points in this quarter alone after not playing much in the first half. I mean, just so important for the Buffs.
Dribble and a jumper for Murekatete. Sherrod turns and faces, drives in, and a dish to Vonleh, and she can't get the roll, but does draw the foul. Murekatete now has 3 fouls. Vonleh missing her first free throw. 12 points today, just 7 points against UCLA. So we're kind of seeing that point production. One of the best post players, really, in the Pac-12. Wallack goes in hard. Vonleh with a block. Eleonora Villa getting in there. Frida Foreman clearing out Sherrod. And Sherrod just going strong, draws the foul, and it'll go against Beyonce Bea.
Covill with some fun blocks in that first half. Let's see what she brings on defense.
Sherrod now has the most made free throws in any given season here in Boulder. Celebrate her after the game today. 1 of 6 that will be praised for their efforts in J.R. Payne and helping turn this program back into a powerhouse. 15 now for Jalen Sherrod, a tied basketball game. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tuhina, hesitation off to Bea. Jenna Villa to the corner, finds Villa, and she misses on the floater. Foul on Tuhina, that's her first. Sherrod is experienced, and she is the definition of hard work in this program. Blood, sweat, tears, and black eyes. She'll leave it all out there.
And she's definitely a player that a coach is just extremely proud of. Just her heart, her hustle. You don't have to ask for those things or beg to work, or beg for her to work hard. She's going to bring it every single night.
She pulls up for a 3 at the buzzer and got it. This place will go nuts. 7,491 in attendance here at the CU Event Center this season. Ariana, they've had 5 of the top 16 in attendance. It's been impressive to watch it here in Boulder. Women's basketball is back. They had a rough go, a 4-game skid. Able to stop that on Thursday, and they need some help from Cal beating Oregon State. They'd move up in the seeding and have that bye until the quarterfinals at the Pac-12 tournament, but right now it doesn't look like that's going to happen as Oregon State's up 57-41. Missed shot there. Quay Miller, by the way, 0 points so far on the day. She does have 9 rebounds. Taking 2 shots. Tuhina for 3, and she gets it. 50 points apiece. 8 points for Tuhina on the day. Sherrod doesn't get the roll. And the Cougars have a chance once again to get in control. Foreman on Tuhina. And now switches to Villa with the ball. Tuhina from the corner for 3. Got it!
Sheesh. Tuhina is not someone that you want to see get hot. She will put the team on her back, and it looks like she's doing that here in the 4th quarter. Such a pretty shot. She gets it up so high that there's really nothing you can do about it. She had a defender there with a hand in her face, and it didn't matter. 11
points for Tuhina. She joins Villa with 11, and Quay Miller finally getting her points. First of the day. Whistle underneath and a carry call. Jalen Sherrod will bring the ball up in a tied game, 53-all. Miller to Maddie Nolan from the corner, and it is all about the 3-ball game right now. Here's the seniors being celebrated today, 6 of them for the Buffaloes. They'll have a nice ceremony after the game. Also classy act by J.R. Payne. She honored the seniors of Washington State during introductions for the players. Villa from the corner, and she got fouled with the make. Huge bucket.
Don't really see there is a jump shot and 1. Look at this great screen from Murekatete. Pull-up jumper. Vonleh just unable to control her body there. Had some contact, and now Villa's at the line.
Tamia Sadler picked up the foul. And Villa knocks it down. 14 for her. Must-watch basketball, I should say. Miller with 5 on the shot clock, passes it off to Weta under the basket. One more pass. Maddie Nolan takes a 3, and as the shot clock expires, she gets a huge smile.
Got some of the crowd on their feet. Maddie Nolan able to knock it down from deep. I was getting nervous there.
Both these teams hitting 3s late. We got a close ball game in Boulder. Pass off Murekatete. She goes the easy way with the lay-in. She's in double figures with 10.
Well, we knew today was going to be a tough matchup, and it was going to be a fight, Jenny. The Buffs are only up by 1 with about 3:30 left to go. This is exciting basketball. This is what it's all about in the Pac-12. Just competitive games, night in and night out.
Eleonora Villa waiting to check in as the Cougars trail by 1. 7 on the shot clock for the Buffs. Sherrod through the lane, finds a cutting Weta. In the second half, they've made 5 threes. Colorado's outdone them. 7 total threes made. 3 of those from Nolan, who just made 6 on Thursday. I would call that an efficient weekend of Pac-12 basketball for Maddie Nolan.
Oh, absolutely. Making her way into the starting lineup. This was her 16th start of the season, earning every single minute of it.
And then causing a turnover there, Maddie Nolan hands it off to Jalen Sherrod. Off to the races. Vonleh gets the roll.
Look at Vonleh going up with the left hand on the left side. So satisfying to watch. And then, yeah, just the players on the ground. I think it just got a little bit wet, so they need to take a break.
63-58 CU's advantage. Do the Cougars have an answer? Villa inside, Murekatete outside. Wallack for 3, got it!
They needed it.
Tara Wallack with 12. One possession game and a huge turnover. Tuhina comes up with it, passes it to Villa for 3. Can they take the lead? No, but an offensive board. And Villa once again wide open. She connects this time.
Woo!
Eleonora Villa. 17 points to lead the Cougars.
When you called it, Jenny, the Cougars able to score 18, or now 21 points off of Colorado turnovers. Just super effective at making you pay when you mess up.
Cougars back up by 1, and now a chance to build the lead. Tuhina draws the defense, backs out. Wallack on the right wing. Murekatete found her space, uses the board, and 12 for her.
They definitely want it. They want this win on the road, and they're going to give it everything they got. But if I'm them, if I'm the Cougars, I'm slowing it down a little bit once I get it on offense, trying to waste that time off the clock with only just over a minute left.
Yeah, 90 seconds to go in the game. Buffs trail by 3. Vonleh turns and she goes right at Murekatete. She'll get the charge call. That is 3 on Aaronette Vonleh, and a huge momentum shift for Wazoo. Here's how they look for the tournament going in: 17-2. They could improve with another win today to 18-12. I should say 17-12. Conference record currently sitting at 6-10 with a net ranking of 25. They do have that notable win against UCLA. 1:11 to go. Beyonce Bea will throw it in. She finds Villa, and they get it across.
And this is when you want to slow it down, make sure you really get a good shot. Definitely put it in Tuhina's hands. Let her control the offense. She's so good. And get a good possession here. No rush. You have the lead. You're up by 3.
And there's that screen from Murekatete. She had a little space, but she's going to pass it off to a cutting Beyonce Bea. Back out, and that is a long-range 3. Wow! Astera Tuhina. Woo! From distance plus. Buffs are 11-2 here at home. Their last loss came with Oregon State on their court, and there's a block call.
This is what Jalen Sherrod is going to do, knowing that her team is down by 6 points. She's going to attack and drive into the lane. Luckily, she's touching her ear and not her nose there, but no, I might have to agree with her. It was pretty solid defense there.
Reed Foreman for 3. Left it short. Ends up in Aaronette Vonleh's hand. Sherrod for 3. No go there, and the Buffs are fighting another offensive board, and that gets tipped. Wow. Coming in the second half.
Look, I knew she wasn't going to play when she walked in here with those 10 cornrows to the back. I said, she's ready to play some ball. You know what I mean? She's ready to play some ball.
You got it. You spotted her from a mile away. And there's that foul. Eleonora Villa, 70% free throw shooter. She's made all 3 attempts today. Knocks it down. 18 points for the freshman from Italy.
Jeez, freshman from Italy. She's going to grow into such an amazing player. I love her style of game and just her confidence that she came out with.
18 seconds to go. Sherrod hands it off to Miller. She almost got stuffed by Bea. Didn't take the shot she wanted.
But I was kind of surprised by that play when you have Weta and Nolan on the floor. I'm surprised Frida Foreman isn't out right now. Just how effective she is at knocking it down from deep.
He'll pass the ball in. And right there, Murekatete, a couple Buffs run into each other in Miller and Aaronette Vonleh, and that did not go as planned.
Colorado was about to be all on that.
I loved when we got the great one sheet from Riley, their sports information director on Villa, and he just said, unafraid of the big moments, awesome basketball IQ. This is a very big moment for the freshman. Sherrod, her last regular season game in the Pac-12 as a Colorado Buffalo. Sophie Gerber, the senior, will get a couple seconds in the game here. Atchison will take the shot. That's off. And how about Washington State with an upset on the road?